Okay, here we are, guys, at the end of the Mighty Endeavor. This is at the end of turn 25. We made it through the whole game. The tokens, the bingo chits on the map. Justin uses them just like I do sometimes for games, and he had brought a bunch, so we're using those to mark the control of the victory point spaces. We're going to tally these up and determine ultimate victor. I'll probably do a separate clip or video once we've determined victory for that. You can see the Western Allies. We more or less liberated the Netherlands. We were trying to get into northern Germany, but we really just had a hard time getting over the Rhine. You could see over time we really pushed our way through the Ardennes, had made some crossings around Aachen, and we're beginning to come around and almost encircle all of the Germans, but they were, had there been another turn, they probably would have been sneaking out of there. Still, we did pretty good. We pushed through. The big deal was getting across the Rhine in the south and making a concerted effort through Mannerheim, pushing back, and then once I got these roads open, firing through some mechanized units down through Stuttgart, Munich, at one point Nuremberg, even out here to, what is this, Zwickau, and even at one point Magdeburg, but the Germans had the last say on the last turn, and I got pushed out of a couple of these places in the mad dash. And I think, it seems a little gamey to be able to do that, but at the same time, it's like, well, if you've blown open their entire front, something's got to happen. So I don't know. But definitely, I think my big issues as the Allied player in retrospect was, one, my naval invasion spaces kind of slowed me down just the way that I picked them out. There was about a turn or so where I had some really inefficient truck placement because we were playing things a little wrong, so maybe one turn delay on that. And then I was very foolishly not using the American armor to its most effectiveness, using overruns twice in a turn where possible, and then the regular combat making it 3 potential ways for a combat unit to attack and do damage. If I had done that more, I might have worn away the Germans faster, but still, I think I did okay. But definitely a fun ride to get into Germany and the whole thing, so that was good. In the East, this was pretty rough the whole time. Justin made consistent progress, except for a couple of turns where he got unlucky with the HQs. I was kind of sitting here just like fingers crossed, hoping that they would not activate, and in fact, I think it was like turn 23 or 24, you didn't get any HQs activated.
And the real key over there is to position your HQ such that even if one doesn't get activated, another one can activate as many units as possible, so there's overlap between their coverage, which I found pretty early was super helpful.
Yeah, and especially I think things kind of compress because once the Russians are down here, there's really no reason to come over here, so everything sort of funnels towards Berlin, and then the HQs do begin to overlap a lot more. And I mean, if you can just see, there's a mountain of Russians here right outside of Berlin. And what's funny is like there are still many victory point hexes on the outskirts of Berlin that still matter, so you don't want to just defend only around Berlin. You really want to have a layered defense, and he did manage to pick up several of those victory points all along here. Did hold out in Dresden, which was important because that was worth quite a bit, but he's really only missing the victory points for Potsdam and Berlin and Dresden. And those are, I think those are all the principal victory points that he didn't get. So he's probably going to have a very high score from that perspective. I threw enough units and enough Zocs to just limit his ability to get too close, but will that be enough? We'll see. But yeah, so there you go, guys.